Well, it's estimated we make about 35,000 decisions every day, from what to eat for breakfast to how to spend money. But with so many options, it's often hard for some people to choose, as we found out.
I think you're making like thousands of decisions. So like based on like what to eat, what time to get up.
It's your thing.
Yeah, decision making is pretty hard.
I own my own business, and so I just have to make decisions all the time.
Every decision I've ever made in my entire life has been wrong.
If I make wrong decisions, I don't know, like I feel I'm just like learning from it.
There's too many options. If I only had one choice, it would be easy.
I'm trying hard for you, baby.
Well, my brain wasn't up to choosing between things, so I got one of everything.
You do me proud.
I usually have like a top three.
Yeah.
And then at least I like those top three.
Sometimes you make great decisions and you kind of pat yourself on the back, and other times you kind of fall on your face.
I knew exactly what to do, but in a much more real sense, I had no idea what to do.
I'm impulsive. So I'll make a decision, and then I'll think about it like an hour later and go, why did I do that?
I decided to do this interview.
Researchers say there are two types of decision makers. Assessment decision makers do extensive research, but they often feel overwhelmed and stressed when deciding, then buyer's remorse afterward. Locomotive decision makers choose quickly based on available information. They do not get overwhelmed or stressed and are often satisfied with their choice. Well, psychiatrist Dr. Varma is here with some tips on how to get better at making decisions. Good morning.
Thank you. Thanks so much for having me.
So just lay it out for us. How do we become better decision makers? Because we are always having a problem with it.
Yes, and you know, we make 35,000 decisions a day, and 200 of those are about food just by itself.
Right.
All of us are making food, yes. And all of us are making decisions throughout the day.
Yeah.
And it depends on person to person, but also moment to moment. So some of the variables are, what is our attention span in life in general? What is on our plate at this given moment? What's competing for our attention? What is our motivation? How much does this decision matter to us? What are the perceived consequences of those decisions? But also, what is our unique personality style, which, Michelle, you were alluding to?
There's a whole bunch of decisions right there I'm having trouble with.
Yeah, I'm like, can't keep up.
But your personality style. So when you were talking about the locomotive type, these are people who value action, right?
Yeah.
They are goal-oriented. They want to get on with a decision. They want to move on with their lives.
Yeah.
Versus the people who are assessment style, or we call them maximizers, who are looking for accuracy. They value accuracy, the truth. They're perfectionists.
It's one better.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I'll tell you this much. The maximizer or the assessment styles drive themselves crazy. Now, we all have a little bit of each, but we do have a predominant style. The maximizers are never happy with their decision. Why? Because they feel that they've left something better on the table.
That's right.
And when you're talking about dating, when you're talking about picking a salad, ice cream, right? There's always
Picking a movie on Netflix.
Yes.
I'll spend an hour and we don't reach a decision. We play nothing in our family.
Yes, exactly.
And it's called the Netflix effect.
Yeah.
Can a person who is a assessment decision maker or a full speed ahead decision maker, can they be married to one another? Does that work?
Absolutely, yes. And
It does work.
yes. And usually it is. And there's one person who is kind of navigating the ship. And if you're somebody who trusts the other person and say, you know, I'm going to let you make the decisions. Look, there are certain benefits of each of them. And I would say we are living in a society where we're inundated with choice. Right now, the American Constitution is based on freedom, and we very much value that, of feeling empowered. However, we don't realize that more choices actually limit our freedom because we're spending so much time perseverating and deliberating. And we find that companies actually, when they limit the number of choices, people actually buy more product. You don't want to overwhelm people. You don't want to overwhelm
Well, you want all this choice, and then you become paralyzed by it.
Yes.
So how do you make it easier for yourself?
Yes. So that you don't become a victim to decision fatigue, which is a big problem for choice overload, you want to narrow it down. And this is especially true for people who are maximizers. But in general, even the people who are the assessment styles might get a little freaked out if it's an important decision. So I would say limit it to 3 decisions. Look, it's okay to have a wide variety of things to choose from, but then limit it down to 3. And then I would say ask 3 people, not more than that. Maximizers always love to get people's opinions. Pick 3 people who are relevant to the situation, who have experience. Then I would say give yourself a deadline. Don't spend too much time on it. And once you make a decision, move on. There's a great African proverb that I love, and it has to do with finding a mate. But it says, before you get married, keep 2 eyes open. Once you get married, keep 1 eye closed.
I like that.
That's very good advice.
Lovely.
Dr. Varma, thanks so much for being with us this morning.
Thank you.